Something.
Howard just sent me an email.
To
He's got a family conflict, so.
AJ, did you register for high school conferences at all?
probably not. We're gonna be gone.
Where are you going? Somewhere fun?
I'm taking her to West Coast college trip.
Nice.
So we're leaving that Wednesday and not come back till Monday.
Mm.
But usually we'll just call in from the road. But the fact that it's kind of all student led.
It's, well, they only let.
Luke, make the
Um,
squealing
they only
stop.
What did you do to
sign
stop
up
that
with your
last time?
warrior time teacher, as opposed to like if you have.
What's my
a-
wife's kind of a bad.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
And so I.
Go back.
Do it.
I contacted like my friends who have other.
Trouble right now.
It will let me request to meet with trial or whatever.
Yeah.
I think like whatever one it is, you just press the right button. Because like the little screen says press back. Yeah, but it's like, there's 3 of them. Yep. And I don't wanna like screw with it too much, right? The first time I fixed it, I was like, screw it, I just, I hit it. Oh, okay. I'm done messing with those. Got it. Is this the counter?
I think it's for the break room.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's the countertop though. I think that's just like a decorative thing. Might be the part that goes on the wall out there.
So there was a stone cutter
I just need to get.
here earlier
It's almost
today,
all there's
taking
something
shots.
thing, so maybe that's the part that goes on the wall by the garage door deal.
We're flying, well, we're flying to Sacramento. There's a college.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's in Northern California.
Did you hear all the, you heard all the
Five
stuff
hours
about
from
the,
Sacramento. North, it's literally the Oregon, California border.
oh, for instance, you don't,
So we're gonna go there.
ready on Monday,
Ready.
delivered on Wednesday.
She's not, we,
I haven't started.
I planned, so
What's that?
when South.
Furniture we don't need?
Yeah.
I bought.
So we're not gonna have the furniture we need.
Well, you're for the year, and then all of the economic
And
development.
so it was like, okay.
But I mean, I think that was a standard, yes.
So there was.
Was delayed till the 11th.
Yeah, so there wasn't a game, and so like, okay, we'll just. treat this.
All of the admin furniture.
Yeah.
Huh.
Good, how are you? Good.
Check
Interesting.
University of Oregon.
Funny how during this entire renovation process, the guy
never been
who's most comfortable working at home.
It's every year, every summer, every November.
It's the most.
You know what? They have
Someone made that.
We should go do something.
Long this.
Every year.
The guy with the second long.
This year I remembered. And then it goes, the student led thing, and I'm like, right. Get the email. I guess we're not gonna do this.
Oh, give it up on vacation.
You've done
Yeah.
great. What, usually, it's like the ones before spring break. Usually they'll head out there. It's only early. And so-
Mhm.
And do we have 2 folks? You have Andrew and person?
I think we got Andrew, Carson,
Oh, Andrew's
we've got,
too.
and we have one of the folks involved with our agenda item on Zoom as well.
Okay.
So is Andrew the phone numbers?
I had.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm the phone number. I didn't call in on Zoom.
Thank you.
Yep.
Everybody good? I will now call to order the October 28th, 2024 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. It is 5:45 PM. Hillary, would you call the roll for us, please?
Thompson?
Here.
Steiger?
Here.
Samuelson?
Here.
Forst?
Here.
Eden? Hinders? Reganator?
Here. Item number 3 is the approval of tonight's agenda. Any changes to this evening's agenda?
I would note this date is not going to be correct. That's all. That's Veterans Day.
Okay.
So we'll figure out the next meeting if need be at a later time.
Perfect. Thanks, Elliot. Hearing nothing else, I'll entertain a motion and a second to approve tonight's agenda. with
Thompson
that
motion.
change.
Yep. Sorry.
So,
Sam,
okay.
Simmel, second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Item number 4 is the approval of the October 7th, 2024 meeting minutes. Any changes to those minutes? Hearing nothing, I'll entertain a motion and a second to approve the October 7th minutes.
Samuelson, motion.
Thompson second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Item number 5, we don't have any guests that have joined us in person tonight, and I don't think there are any additional guests on the Zoom. So we'll move on to item 6, a request from 702 North Avenue LLC for approval of a site plan amendment for Harvey's Automotive. Elliot, would you brief us on this item, please?
Yep, and this one's pretty straightforward. So this is the one of the closest buildings to City Hall, right across the street from us. To the south, this is Harvey's Automotive, and they are in the process of doing some exterior renovations to the north side of their storefront. This illustration here pretty much sums up what they're trying to do: put in some stone veneer, make their entrance shifted over to the right when facing the front of the building. They're also going to be, I think, updating some signage along with this too. Just sprucing up the exterior to make it a little bit nicer. And they're seeking some commercial improvement grant money from us for this. So this is the type of thing that we generally try to target with those grants. And while the material percentages are not fully compliant with the C4 zoning district, we ran this by the city attorney, and he determined that anything that moves in the direction of becoming compliant is worthy of recommendation for approval. So that will make this eligible for those grant dollars after being seen by city council. So that's all I've got to report. Happy to answer any questions.
Was there a representative from the applicant on this item that wanted to make a comment to the commission?
Hi, this is Jim Langen and Jeff Roman. We're both on the call. Thank you for having us in your meeting tonight. Elliot pretty much summed up everything. We're just thrilled to be able to make the improvements and to be considered for the program. Otherwise, I really don't have any other comment.
Great, thank you for being here.
You bet.
Any questions or comments from the commission on this item?
Do we feel council will be okay with the attorney's thumbs up on this, or is this something that they typically would push back on with not meeting the percentages?
We're pretty confident that they'll agree that that's an appropriate action to take approval.
I agree. I think any movement in the right direction towards what we're after makes sense.
Jim's opinion basically was that moving in the direction should get approval, and there isn't a thing in our code where making modifications to the facade would trigger them requiring full compliance.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, if there's nothing further from the commission, I will entertain a motion to approve the site plan amendment for Harvey's Automotive.
Thompson motions.
Samuelson will second.
Hillary, would you call the roll, please?
Forrest,
Aye.
Thompson,
Aye.
Steiger,
Aye.
Samuelson,
Aye.
Reagan.
Aye. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, everyone.
You.
Item number 7 is an update from George. Anything for us from city council?
I always say the same answer is no, for
That's
the most
okay.
part. We probably something more Luke would maybe respond to, for the technical, we were talking about, we had a little feedback from one group, about
Our data center.
the data center. And we had the
Zoning.
zoning and the water tower, and we kind of came to the conclusion to pull that language or change that language a
Yep.
little bit, in the essence that basically, the way I view it would be that children and adults of Norwalk will get water first before anybody else does, so I'm not, and that's kind of the bottom line.
Yeah,
Maybe not the yards, but That's a joke. But the, people will be watered first before anybody starts pouring water.
So the language you all approved just said a water tower was an acceptable accessory use. Council initially wanted some additional language in there just to drive home the point that, yes, a water tower can be used in that scenario, but the city has to evaluate our capacity before we go through that. Which,
Okay.
that's something we would do anyway. So a lot of the language we're trying to finesse is things that are inherent in when we would consider that, because just because zoning says we can do something doesn't mean you get to, right? Zoning says that some land might be appropriate for an amusement park. We could deny that because our roads adjacent to that property are not appropriate for an amusement park, right? So those types of things, that's what we're trying to kind of thread the needle on, making sure that we're covering things correctly, but not being too prescriptive in letting someone think that there's a secondary process beyond what the normal process would be to have a water tower granted. So, yeah.
It's kind of heading into 2 spots to the commission.
Yep.
We only need to go with 1. Kind of was the idea, so. Board of adjustments could be, does that make sense?
Yeah, originally, yeah, a tower would be a board of adjustment approval. And so we're trying to make it a more over P and Z council action item. Instead, because that is like a very important thing to that use. To be able to do that, to have a hinge on a special approval that, you know, a board that maybe hasn't seen all the details of the rest of the project. Didn't feel that was the right place to put that decision. So.
Was anything mentioned about like the nuclear energy part of it?
We did, I mean, I don't know that we overtly talked about the nuclear energy generation, but we changed it to on-site generation that was solar and window. So,
So that would have to be a special item,
yes, that,
which is, it's kind of not talked about, we're silent, but it becomes very powerful.
yeah.
They try to put
Yeah.
that.
Great. Anything else, George?
No, I think she sounds.
I don't think Holly's joined us on the Zoom tonight. Luke, any other update for us?
Nothing real specific. As you know, all the paintings going on out there. Our tentative date to move from our office over there is on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
So our parent furniture and stuff is supposed to also be here Wednesday, but not the furniture for the admin suite area. So might be working from these tables for a while. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out, but, so that should all be happening later this week. Next week we have our new admin staff starting on Monday, so I don't know where they're gonna work. We'll figure that out too. Our furniture, everything should begin by the 11th, so we can kind of formalize what's going on out there, and then we'll really start working on the other side of the building. Development wise, pretty much just the same old. We are working through some changes with the data center stuff. Elliot and I put together a list of kind of zoning cleanup items that we want to do yet this fall. So on the 7th, we'll probably ask council to initiate that process for, it's probably like 8 or so different items. They're just little things that didn't feel like we needed to do a full amendment on, but we want to come back and change it. Examples like tattoo parlor. So we've had several that came in and have to get a special use permit and feel like that shouldn't be a special use anymore. But a tattoo is parlor different than it was 30 years ago. So just things like that we'll bring forward and yeah, have a discussion about and vote on and take back to council.
Great. Thank you. Elliot, any other update for us?
Nope.
Great. Well, we won't have a meeting on the 11th, like Elliot mentioned, so be on the lookout in your email for an alternate date, if that meeting is needed. And at this point, I'll entertain a motion and a second to adjourn.
Second motion.
Months and seconds.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. We're adjourned at 5:55 p.m. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
All right.
10-minute meeting.